Atlanta, the world's busiest airport, nearly became the site of an unimaginable tragedy this week. Law enforcement officials are revealing shocking new information after a convicted felon was apprehended just moments before allegedly attempting to unleash a mass shooting at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Authorities say the quick-thinking actions of the suspect's own family may have prevented a catastrophe that could have claimed dozens of innocent lives. According to investigators, the suspect, 49-year-old Billy Cagle, was intercepted at the airport after family members alerted police that he was on his way there with the intent to shoot up the place. Cagle, a convicted felon with a history of mental health challenges, had reportedly been streaming live on social media, making explicit threats about carrying out a mass shooting. Those disturbing broadcasts set off a chain of events that ended with a dramatic arrest on the airport's South Terminal curb. Police say Cagle drove to the airport armed with an AR-15 assault rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition. Surveillance footage and witness accounts confirm that he parked his vehicle in the drop-off area outside the South Terminal before heading inside. What's even more chilling, investigators believe he was hanging around the TSA security line, possibly studying security movements and waiting for the right moment to act. Authorities later determined that Cagle's weapon remained locked inside his truck, but they believe he was planning to retrieve it at any moment. The tip that changed everything came from within his own home. Family members watching his alarming live stream quickly recognized the danger and called police, warning that Cagle was en route to the airport with a rifle. Officers immediately responded and began tracking his location. Within minutes, airport police and federal agents converged on the terminal, identifying Cagle through surveillance and eyewitness descriptions. He was detained without incident before he could reach his vehicle. When officers searched his truck, they discovered the loaded AR-15 and nearly 30 rounds of ammunition, all ready to use. This could have been a horrific event, one law enforcement official said. A convicted felon with an assault rifle, mental instability, and a busy airport full of travelers. That's every agency's nightmare scenario. Cagle now faces multiple charges, including making terroristic threats and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Investigators are also working to determine how a man with his criminal record and mental health background was able to obtain such a weapon. Authorities say tracing the rifle's origin will be a top priority, with both the FBI and ATF assisting in the ongoing investigation. Officials describe the arrest as a textbook example of the see something, say something principle in action. His family's decision to step up and alert us made all the difference, one officer said. Had they hesitated, even by a few minutes, we might be telling a very different story right now. Security experts say the incident highlights the growing intersection between social media threats and real-world violence. Cagle's live broadcast reportedly included explicit statements about shooting travelers and law enforcement officers. This was not just idle talk. He was mobilizing, said a federal source familiar with the investigation. He was mentally unstable, heavily armed, and moving toward a target. The arrest has reignited debate over airport security measures and mental health intervention. While Hartsfield-Jackson is known for its robust security presence, officials acknowledge that lone actors with access to firearms continue to pose serious threats. You can have all the checkpoints and cameras in the world, but when someone with violent intent slips through societal cracks, it's a human element, like a vigilant family member, that saves lives, said one Homeland Security analyst. The FBI and local police are now analyzing Cagle's social media accounts, digital devices, and communication history. Investigators believe he may have been inspired by recent acts of violence involving public spaces, but no organized ties to extremist groups have been confirmed. Psychological evaluations also being arranged to assess his mental state at the time of the arrest. Passengers who were at the airport during the time of the incident had no idea how close they came to danger. It's terrifying to think that something like this almost happened while we were just checking in for flights, one traveler said. You hear about shootings everywhere now, but to think it could happen here, it's chilling. Authorities have praised both the responding officers and the family members who spoke up. Their courage saved countless lives, said one police spokesperson. We're grateful they trusted their instincts and took action when it mattered most. For now, Cagle remains in county jail awaiting trial. His case is expected to raise questions about firearm access laws and mental health oversight, especially when prior felons are able to arm themselves so easily. The broader investigation continues, with agents tracing the weapon's serial number and digital communications in hopes of uncovering how this near-tragedy came so close to unfolding. The FBI has not ruled out additional charges as forensic teams dig deeper into Cagle's online threats and potential motives. Officials remain tight-lipped on whether others may have known about his intentions, though sources suggest this was largely an isolated act of incivility rather than a coordinated plot. Still, the close call serves as a haunting reminder how quickly a normal day at the airport can turn deadly, and how vigilance from the public remains one of law enforcement's most powerful tools. Every threat, every post, every warning, it all matters, said one FBI agent, because the next time, we might not get the call in time. As investigators piece together what led Billy Cagle to plan such an attack, one thing is clear: an ordinary family's quick decision to speak up likely saved dozens, if not hundreds, of lives. And while questions remain about how he obtained his weapon and what motivated his violent intent, authorities say this case underscores one simple truth: awareness and action can stop tragedy before it begins.